There's a war on the horizon and it's coming for Guild Wars 3. We haven't seen any gameplay yet, but we only have a handful of developer posts. A lot of commenters, a lot of people are writing articles that Guild Wars 3 is going to flop when it arrives. The fans themselves are divided. Certain content creators are making the most outlandish claims, trying to start politics, and I don't think ArenaNet seems to be prepared for it. So this whole thing started at Summer's Games Fest of 2026. The move surprised fans, the industry, everybody who was watching. When they announced Guild Wars 3, it was just a project, unannounced. People were watching the NC Soft investor calls, job listings hinted at an unannounced project in Unreal Engine 5, but nothing was ever concrete. Then suddenly it was real. ArenaNet studio head and Guild Wars 3 game director Colin Johnson.
I'm Colin Johansson, the studio head at ArenaNet, and I want to thank you for watching the exclusive.
Walked out and laid out the vision of Guild Wars 3. It would be a prequel to set more than 1,000 years before the original game, during the golden age of the Verdant and magical land of Ore. This is while the human gods were still present. Before the first Guild War, players will take on the role of the Vaelwardens, a member of the first guild. Located in Ore, your sole mission as a Veilwalker is protecting the magical wilderness and the Veil spirits within it. It will be launched on PC and the first time ever on PlayStation 5. ArenaNet also confirmed that Guild Wars 3 will be a buy to play with no subscription fee and no paid battle passes subscription. And the beta was also scheduled for the fall of 2027. They even showed an in-game trailer revealing a focus on traversal and momentum based action combat, a clear attempt to evolve the genre of MMO. For a moment, there was pure excitement for Guild Wars 3. It was the second biggest Steam wishlist winner coming out of Summer Games Fest, pulling roughly around 435,000 new wishlists. But that excitement almost immediately gave away something darker. The vacuum of concrete information acted like a freshly tilled field. If you don't plant your seed of fact, the weeds of negativity will grow on their own. The war had begun, not with a bang, but a tidal wave of judgment. Almost immediately, the discourse was hijacked. On June 6, a Guild Wars 2 forum thread titled "The Guild Wars 3 Announcement Looked Like Financial Seppuku." Did I even say that word right? Seppuku? Seppuku. Alright, don't abandon Guild Wars 2. Exploded more than 500 replies. Within weeks, YouTube thumbnails began popping up left and right with titles like Guild Wars 3 from masterpiece to generic slop, despite the fact we barely even seen the game. The loudest voices fanning the flames of a divide that was already smoldering within the community. The attacks often formulaic. Critics points to the art style in the brief trailer, declaring it generic, which is the video game equivalent of judging a complex novel by its cover. One sizable Reddit discussion responded to accusations that the reveal looked like Unreal Engine 5 slop or generic visual styles. The problem starts with "I don't recognize the visual language," turns into "the game is dead" based on 90 seconds of footage. So where did this fear come from? It didn't come out of nowhere. A piece from massively OP from July 2025, almost a year before the reveal, titled "Does ArenaNet have the gas to make Guild Wars 3?" The question, if the studio had the resources to support a second major game while maintaining Guild Wars 2. The reveal simply gave a new focus to this long simmering concern. Then 2 months after the reveal, ArenaNet dropped exactly the kind of announcement that shows how quickly this conversation can explode. On August 5th, 2026, ArenaNet officially announced Guild Wars 3's will launch with 4 playable species: the humans, Asura, the long requested the Coden, and one completely new unrevealed species connect the ancient Ore. There is no Char, Norn, or Savari at launch. ArenaNet explains its reasoning the launch species were chosen for their importance to the story of Ore in this era. The absence of the Savari civilization makes sense over a millennia. Before before the first game. The studio also noted the new character technology is being designed to make adding new species easier in the future. ArenaNet also addressed the terminology, saying that the Guild Wars 2 use playable races. It believes the term doesn't accurately describe the biological difference between the peoples of Tyria, so Guild Wars 3 will use the playable species. In a calm environment, this would be a minor detail, but in the current climate,
Guild Wars community, since the announcement of the game, it's time to talk about playable species. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. I told you this game is going to be woke DEI millennial labubu garbage. I told you.
a tiny terminology change, it's a stray spark. Full room of gunpowder. In the face of this brewing storm, it's not that ArenaNet has been quiet. They have been selective. Since the reveal on June 5th, the studio has released updates on the franchise's future, the lore of Ancient Ore, its game design philosophy, the Vaelwardens, and the playable species. The problem is that it's like a chief talking ethically about the philosophy of the food, while hungry customers are just asking what's on the menu. ArenaNet is communicating frequently about the lore, but it remains intentionally vague about the systems player care about most, which is fine to be vague about the story and the lore because they don't want to spoil anything, and plus they can't really talk about the story at all. But players are asking how it's going to play. How would it feel? Just a little snippet of it. But I understand, and I'm not hating on that. ArenaNet also stated the commitment to Guild Wars 2. It will continue receiving new content, updates, stories, and locations after Guild Wars 3 has been released. They stated that the prequel is setting purely chosen so it wouldn't restrict Guild Wars 2's future, and all three games can coexist. What do you think about the cycle of pre-release negativity? Is this just part of modern gaming culture? Let me know down in the comments below. The war of Guild Wars 3 is not being fought over gameplay features or systems. It's a war of narrative, a clash between competing ideas of what the game is supposed to be. ArenaNet itself fueled this, stating that Guild Wars 3, it's not going to be like Guild Wars 2 with better graphics, but it falls somewhere between a Guild Wars 1 and 2 on the MMO spectrum. That's the real war. It's conflicts between those who are excited for the new direction, the ones who fear of the game losing its identity. A battle between a beloved historic house that meets modern standards versus preserving exactly how it is. The flaws of Guild Wars 3, of being a Summer Game Fest biggest wishlist winners and one of the most aggressively second-guess MMO at the same time. ArenaNet has announced the game that promised to push the MMO genre forward, but before they can win that battle, they have to win the war of perception that is already raging, a war that is right now. Nobody is winning. Thank you for reaching at the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, give this video a like, comment down below. Let's get these discussions ready, and also I'll link my Discord down below too so you guys can join. We're trying to set world records in Guild Wars 2. We're trying to make the biggest, baddest freaking events happening in Guild Wars 2. Just hit that link. People are talking. We're trying to get more people in there. And also, this video is not for disliking Guild Wars 3 or 2 or the franchise itself. It's just some of my concerns and my opinions, and everyone has opinions. Everybody has opinions. Everyone's humans in this game. Everybody's a human. They have their own opinions, their own ideas, their own creativity and stuff. And everybody's opinions are valid. Everybody's opinions are valid. And I hope you guys share this video with your grandmother, grandfather, and I catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.